and please show your face. After a few seconds, you can just switch off your face. Thank you, Ryan. Ray, thank you. Yi Chen, camera okay? Ray Chen, your camera cannot work, right? Correct me if I'm wrong. Hi, Yi Chen, well done. Okay, well, today is all the guys, all the guys. Okay, right. 3 more days, or actually 2 more days, the Chinese New Year will be over. So let's go to the lesson proper here. Okay, lesson 6, as we mentioned here, we have covered most of the things here. This one that day, we'll talk about the SBQ. All right, then we give you the answer ready. Then we go through about the stellings, the slides. I talk about this one also. This is very important. Please take note of this. The swaptail. Okay, the swaptail will be used also later on for Hitler. Okay, and then we talk about these 2 questions that later on. I know some of you. Okay, there's still nobody answer me. Who is the Pamela Who is that? Is it Ryan? Is it you? Sorry.
No, it's me.
Oh, 是你 here, Benny. Okay. I see. Because very unique.
I was like, I forgot like where I put the essay, and then I also realized I have to like type it out, and then it's
Don't worry.
like,
Hey, please don't, Benny, and the rest of the guys. Please don't stress. And
I'm typing it as you are hearing me.
don't worry. This one 不要这样. I honestly, Uncle Raymond don't like last minute essay to send it to me. I want my student to fully have a time management. When you are doing history essay or SS essay or English essay, I prefer you to finish it, then put it up. I don't want you to, while having my lesson, you do it, unless I'm telling you now on the spot, this is a test, then you do it. Because I need you all to concentrate, to fully understand the question and focus. Okay, so don't worry. This is not school going to punish you, you know. I got a lot of students recently tell me that because of the WA. Okay, so don't worry about that. Okay, please, Benny. All right, don't worry about this. It's not then you're going to make learning very stressful. Don't. All right, I don't want my student to hate history. Seriously, I want my student to really have a passion in history. All right, so just leave it there. Don't worry. Later you can hand in at the end of the lesson. That's what Ray Chen usually did the past few lessons. Okay, because of your WA recently, your test coming up. So please, all right, don't give me that kind of essay while you're typing in this, so it doesn't do justice to yourself. Okay, so let's go on. That these are the 2 essays that we're going to talk about it. And I remember I mentioned one of the guidebooks was by Mrs. Wong Bi Tin. Okay, was my ex-colleague who is really a master of this, writing this book here. And I'm not here to sell the books, but I will advise you, if you can get hold of this SBQ and SEQ assessment book, I can tell you, you'll do beautiful wonders. Because this is the reason why I'm sharing with you the answer later on for this one. As you know, this is also this question here was also captured in the books itself, in the guidebook, and this is the answer. Okay, remember. So okay, was it Ryan or Howie? I can't remember. Sorry, that I told you must have 2 inference, right? Remember that time I told you. Okay, so this, keep it that way. So if you want to score full marks on that, of course you can tell me, Uncle, what happened if I got no time? This is where we're going to do it, practice. Okay, then I know in school you do not have much practice on all these SBQ and SEQ. So this is the purpose of tuition. Tuition is to keep writing to me and let me mark and go through. All right, so explain why Sterling was able. Later we go through this, and then we went through all these things. Okay, so I'm going to close this chapter for 6, just a revisions. And now this is a chapter 7. Today lessons quite a fair bit, but I'm sorry, you can see that today Uncle is a bit like, 好像 my body is here, my spirit is not here. 因为我今天我的人有一点不大舒服，不是生病啊。Because yesterday I went back to my police force for doing armed combat research training. So we will be doing fighting like how to catch a thief, how to do this and that. But because of COVID, but I think I'm an old man already. So we have to learn how to handcuff the suspect, how to put down this. So I think maybe of this 2 hours plus of training yesterday, and this morning I wake up, my body is like 四分五裂. All my bones, go upside down. So I'm being on a bit of medicine. So I'm so sorry about that. Okay, like guys, let's do it here. Recap. Now I want all of you to participate, all right? Whether you like it or not, because you must like it. Okay, I'm so sorry. That whether because just now I just went through with my goddaughter about these 3 points. Now, which one do you think is the most powerful one for standing to rise to power? Number 1, fortunate circumstances, or number 2, opponent's weaknesses, which is Trotsky, or number 3, standing manipulations for pretender to be close to Lenin's, controlled by the party organizations, and exploited ideological divisions. Uncle Raymond will choose number 3. Okay, how I choose number 3, why I choose number 3, I'll explain to all of you. But meanwhile, let's be fair, gentlemen. Okay, let's put it in your thinking head and tell me which point do you think that helped Stalin to rise to power. Anyone? If you don't feel like talking, please type your answer in the chat group, right? So I will put it. How do I share chat group for everybody? Oh, never mind. I just don't waste time. I also don't know how to. I don't. Is it participant can check with everyone, right? Publicity. Okay, let's see whether I can do it now. Okay, I click tick already. Okay, let's go. Is it everyone? Okay, what is your answer? Benny? 1, 2, 3. Which one do you think? If you choose that number, you need to explain to the class and to me. Okay, Ryan, what is your answer? Hao Rui, Yi Chen, and Rui Chen, which is your what answer is that? You want to take some time to think about it? By all means. My answer is number 3 for me. Stalin's manipulation. It's the one that rise to power. Thank you, Hao Rui. The answer, the survey come in 1 for Yi Chen. Sorry, Hao Rui choose number 1. Yi Chen same as me. Benny choose number 1. Ryan choose number 3. Okay, now we have 4. Waiting for Rui Chen. Rui Chen, what is your answer? Okay, while waiting for Rui Chen's, Ryan, no, sorry, Hao Rui, why you choose number 1? Okay, thank you, Rui Chen. Well, all choose number 1, surprisingly. Okay, surprisingly. Okay, who want to say first? Hao Rui, please come, let's don't waste time. So we can share, write down. When I say write down means the person who say this point is very good. Learning, there is no full stop. Come on, let's go. Who want to start first? Yi Chen, why not you start first? Why you choose number 3 like me? Don't be shy. Come on. Come on. How about Rui Chen? Why you choose number 1? Yes, if you can. If you want to speak to the mic, also can. Don't worry. Come on. Also good to practice your oral, right, Yi Chen? Yeah, this year you got oral, so it's good to come. Just go.
I chose number 3 because without Stalin's manipulation, Trotsky would have taken place.
Trotsky will not be taken place. Okay, what else?
Because he told Trotsky the wrong date to
the funeral of Lenin.
Funeral of Lenin.
Okay, good. Write down. Valid point. Well done. So 他们就是叫做我们华语就叫做谣言 to spread the rumors. Have you played The Romance of Three Kingdoms? 你们有玩过《三国演义》吗？其中一个就是 the way of spreading rumors and the way of misinformations and miscommunications. That is one way to get rid of your opponents and become the leader of the next party or the leader of the next in the company. Okay. just like I can't remember the 14阿哥 and the 14阿哥 was it in the 乾隆还是康熙还是雍正的时代 somebody can enlighten me so there's this word this right 以14阿哥为做皇帝他把那个14阿哥那个10呢变成鱼啊你懂鱼吗上面画多一画那是那个丁于14阿哥作为皇帝 so from a 14th prince to become a 4th prince so the manipulation is there. So this is one way I'm telling you. It's just like in a company, someone want to manipulate, like for example, the father had 5 children. One of the sons would like to manipulate and spreading rumors about the second brother. Let's say the third brother want to be the CEO of the company. He might spread rumors of the second brother or the 4th brother, or he might want to give, like what you say, telling that father is not feeling well, but go to hospital. Then end up it was not true. The father already discharged. Then when he go to the hospital, people think that 他是不孝子. Okay, this is one way. Okay, Yichen, some more? Very
Then
good point.
Stalin pretended to be close to Lenin. He often visited him when Lenin's health condition worsened, and when Lenin died in 1924, I think.
Don't think, cannot think, I think Yichen born in 2021. Cannot think, in history must be accurate, okay, it's okay. Yeah, you're right. 1920, around 22, 23. Why I say that the date is not, I can't really remember, but I think, no, cannot I think again. It ought to be 1924. Carry on.
Then Stalin managed his funeral by taking the role of the chief mourner.
Okay, so it's very different. Chief mourner and the one behind supporting is different because it's the forefront. Forefront means he's very important. It's a VIP. Carry on.
Then this made people think that Stalin is...
Sorry, sir. You cannot say make people. The people referring to Germans or the British or the French. Get the idea? So who?
Okay, wait.
Who is the people?
The Soviet citizens.
Thank you, sir. You must be very precise. Imagine now you are the lawyer. You must defend your client. Okay, you must say my client, Mr. Tan. You don't say my client. The judge will ask you. Sorry, Yichen, right? Yichen, you are the lawyer. You got many clients. Which client are you talking now? Okay, so carry on. The Soviet citizen, carry on.
Yeah, that Lenin trusted Stalin.
But you know that every time when they are together, they will quarrel. That's why the testament came out on the number 1, the fortunate circumstances. Okay. Yeah, carry on.
So like Stalin gave everyone a false impression that Lenin trusted Stalin.
Put down, write down, children. False what?
Impression.
Yes. So that he can expression. Write down. False impression so that he can express. Express what? His loyalty to Lenin, his loyalty to remember somebody was asking me, right? This one, let me type now because very confusing. That day I was telling this, right? Remember this one? I told you it's represent USSR, right? And somebody was saying China Communist Party, yes. 少了一个 C. One C different. So be careful. You don't see got C means it's Russian. You have to count. USSR is CCCP. Okay? CCP is China Communist Party. Because there's this SBQ, they'll come out this one, CCCP before in the SBQ. And then my student get it wrong. They thought it's China. They thought don't know what kind of communist party. Never seen this before. And I know I told you before, right? This one, this CCCP, if you go to Google and type, it's all the Russian words. I myself can't pronounce it. Okay? Carry on, Yichen.
Then Stalin also exploited party divisions.
Yes, exactly. What I mean by exploited is written there. What I mean by exploited?
As in like he make use of.
Of what?
Like,
you're very close to my answer already. You got 5 marks. This is only 2 marks.
He make use of. He played his opponents against each other.
Yes. Is it sounds like 三国演义吗? Very true. So for example, maybe their party will support Trotsky, party will support Ridnov, party will support Zinakov, and some party members support Stalin. So what he need to do is that he's give them and say, hey, just like imagine Yichen, Ryan's, Ray Chen, and Benny want to be the CEO of the company. So Uncle Raymond, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So Uncle Raymond start to imagine I support Ryan. I support Ryan. So I'm going to spread rumors about Ray Chen. I'm going to spread rumors about Benny. Okay. So what happened? People will get misconcept, right, Ethan? So people will start to mistrust, to disbelieve each other. So they decided to manipulate their mindset. They decided to start to have ambiguity and vagueness. Say, hey, 到底我 trust Ryan 还是 Ray Chen 还是 Benny? Should I go for Yichen? Should I go for Ryan to support Ryan? So these are the things. The ideology means different people got different ideology. Now remember, I told you Trotsky believed to spread communism throughout the world. Well, Stalin believed communism to stay locally in Russia. Remember last lesson I said that. The reason why, because they already exhausted a lot of manpower during the civil war between Nicholas the Tsar. So they send their own son, their own children, their father, their uncle, their whatever, to fight against the war. Now you expect their children to fight a war out of Russia is a bit ridiculous. So yes, very good. What else, Yichen? Any more?
I think.
Okay, okay, Ryan. Thanks, Yichen. Ryan, you choose number 3. What is your take, Ryan? Help me today, maybe a bit not well on that. Sorry. Okay, Ryan. Don't be shy. Thanks, Yichen. Very good point right now. False impression. Very good. Come on, Ryan. Are you there, Ryan? Ryan, hello. Ryan, can you tell me? Oh, you're lagging. Never mind. Okay, let's go on to Benny. You choose number 1, right? Why do you choose number 1? Later will be followed by this one. How Ray, okay? Benny,
So
why you choose?
I read the info you gave on Stalin, and then I realized that a lot of it depends on luck. Like, for example, he just somehow get introduced to communism at a very young age, and then he stay communist. He somehow stay communist. He somehow keep jailbreaking, and then he somehow get inducted to the party. Like he somehow get noticed, and then get to know lots of people, and then he somehow notices everything that's useful to him, and then he ends up, and then he is able to use that info to his advantage. So even though he's a smart guy, it's like a lot of it is like just pure luck. Like I think the biggest point is that he get inducted into the party.
That is a write down. That is the biggest stepping stone. Write down. That is the biggest. 那个不是绊脚石啊，是绊什么石啊 ？Biggest stepping stone for his life. Sometimes 你需要一些贵人。You need some luck, but just like Hitler, he needs some luck to go in because he used the Great Depressions. He used the weakness of Weimar governments. He used the beer that talk when they talk to all the drunkards people. They use the communists as a scapegoat. So I won't say it's not, but can I, in history, sometimes not wrong to use luck, but some Christian people don't believe in luck. They believe in start with F, end with H. What is that word? Start with F, end with H. 5 alphabet. What is that word? They believe in this. And this is what that brings Hitler to power and Stalin to power. Write down the words, okay? I'm going to give it to you. Ryan, are you okay now so far? I hope it's not lagging. The word is called faith. The faith and the faith, sorry, these two. The faith and the faith. The faith of what he believed in and the faith, 他的命运 Okay, so sorry, these two words, huh? Okay, but Ryan, if you cannot hear me, maybe you get near to your Wi-Fi, bring your laptop or move near to your Wi-Fi, okay? Because this lesson is very important because those Sec3 students, you know, this topic will come out definitely in your exam this year. Confirm will come out one. Okay, and for the Sec4 student, it may come out in later part, okay? So yes, Benny, I agree with you that sometimes it's all pure luck and fortunate, but Lenin testaments was not disclosed because Lenin said all the bad thing to all his candidates, including Trotsky, including everyone. So it's just like imagine that if if this retired CEO want to give the new CEO a chance, then he said everyone have their strength, weakness, and opportunity. Then you are shooting yourself and your own foot here. So I will say that this is only, to me, this is only a contribute a small percentage for the rise of his power, in my opinion. So you got your own argument. Okay. So thank you. So Ray, you choose number one also, right? Now, if anyone is lagging, please tell me. Don't just keep quiet and then let the lesson pass through. So it's not fair to you. Okay. I'm going to, because I don't know why he sent to me privately, so I'm going to share this, what he had typed to all of you. So fair. It's not I don't want to read, I will read to all of you. In Lenin's testaments, Lenin mentioned that the party members should get rid of Stalin as soon as possible due to his possible abuse of power. Partly true. If the testament was to be disclosed to the public, Stalin would not even be able to compete with Trotsky, as he would not be able to gain support from Soviet citizens and the other parties' members. Yes, this, I think you might be copied somewhere in the textbook or others. 没有错. This is also correct. But do you know that because they also mentioned the other parties' members was incapable, were not able, ability and capabilities are not as standards. Even though it says Stalin's soon to be possible power, which is nothing wrong. Is the both two possible candidates to take over USSR is only Trotsky and Stalin. Okay, but of course, at that point of time, Trotsky was too arrogant and too egoistic that he thinks that he stands a better chance to take over USSR and the leadership from Lenin. Okay, so with these testimonials, I think Stalin has manipulated the testaments, okay, and maybe he has somehow changed the content of it. We never know. Okay, so as a result, either that he gets someone to replace the testaments, number one. Number two, he might be whatever reason that he forced that person not to say due to blackmail him. So there's a lot of possibility on that. Okay, thank you, Ray. Ray Chen, what is your answer? Right, Ray Chen is number one, right? Correct me if I'm wrong. Ray Chen, oh, Ray Chen also lagging. Oh, so it's Ray Chen. It's not, oh, Ryan also. Oh, okay. Now I realize it. Okay. How surprisingly, nobody choose number two. Trotsky was unpopular. Why nobody choose number two? Surprisingly, because I think that this is just only is this, if you were to choose number two, is one of the reason also because it is important, as it will definitely jeopardize and reduce the chances of Stalin to become power. It's like what we say in Chinese, 眼中钉, thorns in the eye. So like I say, Trotsky and Stalin are the two best candidates to be the next power. But because that Stalin managed to dig out, like thanks to Benny, Benny, you were saying that what he was dig out all the Trotsky things, and he wanted to pass rumors like what our dear friend was it Yi Chen was saying, like pretend to be close to Lenin and spread rumors that the funeral take place in another day, and as a result, Trotsky did not have the chance to hold the barrier. Okay, so yeah, Trotsky was not handsome enough, so he was not chosen. You are not wrong to say that, right? Okay, Benny. There are no memes about him either. yes. 没有错 okay, 没有错 okay, I like that. You're not the first one. Now you remind me of this. Somebody was saying that because he's not handsome like Stalin. No, sometimes 如果我 Benny，如果我看你的脸不顺眼，就是不顺眼，对不对？我看你的脸顺眼就是顺眼， it's true 的。Sometimes you walk on the street 啊，like in the shopping mall, you see this guy 啊，很想欠扁啊，真的很想扁他。I feel like whacking him that kind of thing. Or sometimes when you walk past, you see a pretty girl, you will take a closer look. Or you see a pretty dress or pretty shirts, you will take a closer look. Or you just walk past Harvey Norman or Best Denki, you see a nice laptop, you will feel like touching it and play with the things. It's natural, I agree with you. But this will not contribute one of the good point. So it's not wrong, thank you. And what you say here is, thank you, Ray Chen, for your answer. So I would like to share with everybody. And the public would not assume that Stalin was close with Lenin and that he only wanted power by using propaganda. Yes, guys, right now this word in World War I and World War II, propaganda is one of the best media, mass media. Now, mass media and social media is different. Mass media we are talking right now equal to TV, newspaper, and at that time, definitely the one most important in the day-to-day lifestyle will be radio, radio. Okay, this is one of them. Mass media is one of the best way of propaganda. Okay, as you know that the announcement of the surrender of Japan is also through radio, and this is the first time the Japanese heard their emperor voice through a radio, and this is the first time when they heard the Japanese emperor speak is to say surrender. Wow, my goodness, my world collapsed, man. So yes, thank you, Ray Chen. Yes, propaganda, well done. Now, propaganda is very important for Stalin because later on, he want to show himself as a, right now, I remember I told you, right, excuse me, sorry. I told you before, right, Hitler and Stalin, who has a more look alike like a fatherly figure? Now, if I will say, Benny, Stalin and Hitler, who will be more handsome? One got a very long mustache, the other one got a small mustache. You think Hitler is more fashionable or Stalin more fashionable? Okay, or should I say Prime Minister Tojo?
His hairstyle either. His hairstyle makes him look like very stupid. Do you know that?
Hitler, is it? Yeah, Hitler, is it?
No, I'm talking about Trotsky. Like Trotsky's hairstyle makes him look very stupid.
Hey, hello, excuse me. Maybe 那时候是那个年代是这个 fashion 潮流来的嘞。好像如果你这个hairstyle 跟其他的 hairstyle 回去 World War I， 他们讲，哎呀，这个you look very nerd 了，你真的是不懂是什么。So can you imagine 那个清 dynasty 的时候是那个辫子 pigtail 对吗 ？You know 清 dynasty 溥仪的时代，乾隆的时代是 pigtail， 那个 hairstyle 不是更惨？现在我叫你留那个 hairstyle， 你要不要？对不对？很怪 right？ So yeah, I mean different generation, but Hitler's hairstyle remind me of Charlie Chaplin. Okay, Charlie Chaplin hairstyle. Okay, so yeah, now it's my turn to explain. Who else? Ryan, do you want to say something before I go ahead? Ryan, do you want to say something? I think everyone say already, right? Yi Chen, Ray Chen, Benny, and Harry all say already. So Harry 有讲吗？ How are you? Okay, Ryan 有讲吗？ Ryan, do you want to say anything? At least the type and show me. If not, I move ahead. Ryan, are you still lagging? Ryan. Can you hear me or Benny? Can, right? Clear? Is there any truncation like
No.
like that?
No.
Perfect.
I can hear you clearly.
Okay, that means Ryan, I think it's your Wi-Fi things. So that's the quick ones. The rest of you can hear me clearly. Please put your thumbs up now. Please help me to put the thumbs up. I think it's either thank you, Yi Chen. All right. So far, okay, thank you. So Ryan, maybe you want to change your, are you using your iPad or something like that? Okay. Okay, I think it's okay. I don't know what happened to your laptop. Sometimes it's like that, the Wi-Fi of certain areas, certain part of the, okay. Ray Chen was out just now. Ray Chen, are you okay? What's wrong with today's Wi-Fi? Everyone, just now my student also got these problems. Wei Chen, you okay? Okay, Ryan, why don't you get out again and come in again? Should be okay. Okay, Ryan, maybe you want to get out of this group, then come in again to refresh it. Then I admit you, okay? Just give him a while first before I start my explanation of study manipulations, why it is more important than the rest of fortunate circumstances or opponent's weaknesses. Oh, you're done it already. Okay, so I start already. Okay, the reason why Stalin's manipulation is the one same as Hitler. Hitler, if you know the Night of the Long Life, the Reichstag fire, the blame of scapegoat of the communists, and then the weakness of Weimar government, all these is one of the reasons that he manipulate the whole situation. In any circumstances, in any war, in any things, I believe strongly in manipulation. You cannot see my head now, sorry, because I'm pushing down of my laptop. So just listen to my voice. Okay. So like I mentioned, because you realize that you have to know from here, he holds various portfolio in the party. So this is the one here that is very important. Okay. Because of this portfolio that hold many party. Now remember, if you want to be respected by your company, by your country, by everything,你要是从最低层做起到上面。So to me, yes, I agree with you, Benny. He was so lucky to inducted into the party and all these things. I strongly believe that he also climbed up all the way up. He used the right situation, the right timing to get himself into a certain position. Just like Hitler, do you know, thumbs up to me, do you know when Hitler became a chancellor of Führer of Germany, he was just only a corporal during World War I. Do you know that, Benny? He was just a corporal only. Just thumbs up if you know. Okay, he's just only a corporal, and then slowly he raised to the power to become one of the great leader in Germany. So you see, when he started out, he's just a corporal. He nearly died in the war, but it was miraculously happening that he just escaped, and then he was so patriotic to Germany. Okay, so this is some situations like this. So I did mention this one here, right, guys? How do I get rid of this thing? Still there. Okay. So this is the one. You see, first he expelled Trotsky from, I think I mentioned this also, right? Then these two guys joined him later on and forced to join or forced out, sorry. These two was forced out and maybe it was being executed. Okay. Ask them to plot. In fact, these two are already not happy with Trotsky. So it's 以其人之道还其人之心 or something like that, or he was make use of 借刀杀人. So it's like letting these two parties to fight against, and finally 以公得利. So you win on the situation like this. So switch to winning support radical. So you get these two to join him, to support him. This is in real life, it's like that. Just like last year in the elections, when opposition party want to join forces and fight a strong fight with PAP like that. So they will get the best candidates, and that's why you can see why the Sengkang become an opposition party, get the best candidate and join forces and things like that. So this is just to share with you. Okay. Okay, this is very important, guys. Take note. With his political opponents and competitors removed from power, even executed, okay, Stalin became the undisputed, put there, Stalin became the undisputed supreme leader of the USSR by 1929. Now, I know some of you asked me whether you can put this slide inside the Google Classroom. Yes, but this slide is not done by me, so I might want to see whether is there any copyright issue, okay? Right, so yes, let's move on to the next slide. Okay, this is the younger days of our dear friend. Anyway, I don't find him handsome as well. And then his hairstyle also not so nice. Okay. Now, background of this time, reason for rise here. So now, that Stalin was in power, what did he do? Quick one. Set 4 student, answer please. So when he become power already, he become the leader of USSR. What is the first thing he do? You can type your answer, please.
Collectivization.
Sorry?
Collectivization. Higher plan.
Oh, finally I can hear your voice, Rayton, right? That time your mic was down. Good, well done. You are absolutely right. Collectivization, industrialization. Yes, it's just like our government promised us that we will do this. After the elections, vote me. Remember our good friend Benny and the rest, Donald Trump promised us, promised the US this and that. Did he keep the promise? Or Joe Biden, Rayton, you may remember Donald Trump's promise this and that. Did he keep the promise? But Joe Biden came in. Did he keep the promise? Sorry? I didn't hear you. Sorry, Rayton.
Yes.
I think your mic got echo problem. So I just say yes. I think I heard you say yes.
Yes.
Sorry. Yes, okay. Yeah, in certain things that Donald Trump's and Joe Biden is just started presidency less than a month or so. So Donald Trump for the past 4 years, certain things he keep. Yes, he want to build the wall between Mexico. I don't know whether it's successful or not. And he did mention about want to meet out North Korean leader. He did it. So this is what I mean. What is the first thing you do? Yes, you are right. Stalin is just outcast, and this is where we're going to do it. And that is where we're going to do it. He's going to do it. Okay, he just not simply just sit there and relax. He really keep his promise, and he also very patriotic. 他是一个爱国者, to be honest. Okay, if not, he won't want to be collectivization, industrializations for that matter. Why? Because he wants to not only make USSR strong again, he wants eventually to spread communism. This is where Set 4 students take note. This is where the start of Cold War comes in. That's where the Korean War comes in. Okay. Now take note of this one. This is very important. Stalin imposed economic, political, and social policy to consolidate his power. So whether you are Hitler, Stalin, what is this? Winston Churchill or Prime Minister Tojo, this is where they want to make the country strong again. This is a dream for all leaders in any countries who, unless you say that country is corrupted, I don't know. Other than that, you want to modernize Soviet Union, because Soviet Union at that time was 10 years behind the rest of the European country. Okay, take note of this one here. Now, a quick one. I want the survey to come in, please. To me, out of these three, which one, right? They might ask you in your SEQ. Which one do you think has the strongest, most impactful standing policy? I will choose this one. You see, my hand is there. Right? My mouse is over there.
Economic.
Yes, you choose economic. Okay, all right. So Benny, each one, the rest of you, I choose the one that the mouse I rested here. You see my palm there? How come my palm gone? I will choose this one. Okay, each one economic. Oh, okay. So 2 vote for economic. I choose political. Benny and the rest. Ryan and Harry. Okay, Ryan same as Uncle Raymond. Okay. Harry, Benny. Harry economic. Benny, which one will you choose? Benny, yes. Oh, so sure. Okay. Okay. Let's hear from Benny first. Benny, why you choose social?
Because I think it's the most accurate gauge of what Stalin's country, what the USSR was like actually like. For like, the thoughts were suppressed, and then the arts were reduced to like just propaganda, just a lot of senseless propaganda.
Oh, that's all? That's all right. Or some more to add on?
And then everyone was like constantly living in fear, because if you just say one wrong word and then you go to jail.
No, some even executed. Some even sent to Siberia.
Yeah.
You know, in Siberia, right? The coldest minus 40 degrees. Okay.
Yes, and then
Mm.
also it's like they didn't the average, although it's like they are like very industrialized, the average person still didn't have high quality things.
Right now.
Look at
Wait.
it's
Well
like
done. Well said. Benny, well said. They do not have high quality. Put there. The standard of living is the reason. Okay, well said. The standard of living is the quality of lifestyle right now. Can you imagine now Singapore is like, everyone have a ratio rationing. Everyone only eat 每家户 only got 2 packet of rice, 3 packet of don't know what potatoes or things like that, and that's it for the whole year. Okay, so this is what it means. Whether this policy is successful or not, does it help or not? Well done. Standard of living. Carry on. Yes, Benny. Carry on. What else, Benny? Beside this standard of living, what else?
There's like also intense constant propaganda. Like, right? Just imagine, sometimes, these popular pop songs are really garbage. But then if the mall played, the cafeteria played, and then the restaurant also played, and then the supermarket play, everywhere play, and then in the end everyone will think it's good what. So it's like basically propaganda is everywhere. And then it's like everyone's lives are controlled. And then their thoughts were like, they like create the impression of like thought police. They aren't really there. Like they worry that, like, for example, if I think something and then maybe someone will arrest me. They are living in like constant terror.
Can you put that? I will summarize that. Nobody is trusting anybody. Nobody is trusting anybody. That means everyone, even including their own family member, okay, they might at any point of time, they will just get executed or prison. Okay, well done, Benny. Any more?
No.
Thank you, sir. Okay, thank you very much. Next, Yichan, you choose economic, right? Yes, please. Your thoughts, please. Okay, let's not wait. How Ray? Then you tell me first, how Ray. What is your thoughts? Why you choose economic? Anyone? Come on. How about Ray Chen? You choose economic also, right? What is your thought?
Like, thought of what?
Why do you choose economic that has an impact on sterling policy?
Of course, with the rapid industrialization, right, that you allow like Russia, the USSR to develop
Yes.
faster lah. Then after that, so you develop faster, that means Sterling can like change its policy from collectivization to expansionist.
Okay, good. You give me a very good answer here. Okay, write down, please. I'm typing this to all of you. He want to do this. Write down, please. Keep abreast of technology. Thank you, Rachel, because he realized that all with the way of USSR doing things is all backdated. It's 10 years behind their European counterparts. So you need to keep abreast of technology. You need the best equipment. You need the best expertise. You need the best resources. Okay, carry on. Rachel. Any more? Okay, thank you, sir. Ryan? You choose what? Also economic, right? No, Ryan, same as me. Okay, Ryan, hold on first. Okay, are you done with Ishan? Are you ready?
Yes.
Yes, please.
So like Stalin had the 5-year plans of.
Sorry, I'll stop there. Pause me. Let's say if somebody say 5-year plans, so what? Big deal. Hitler also got 4-year plans. So what? Big deal. What is the big deal of these 5-year plans? So you have to be careful. When you are choosing this kind of question, you must have strong evidence to prove that this 5-year plan is workable. Just like Singapore also got 5-year plans, got 10-year plans for the smart nations. Now all these come with evidence. So when you're going to start telling me your these 5-year plans, you must have enough bullets to shoot me. Go.
So for industrialization was implemented through 3 5-year plans.
Awesome. Okay.
So it was from 1928 to 1932. The second one was 1932 to 1937. Third one was 1937 to 1940. I think. No, correct. Eh?
Never mind, carry on. Later you'll see my answer. It's okay. Go ahead.
So
Don't
for
worry.
the first 5-year plan, it concentrated on expanding industries, in the coal, steel, and oil, and then expanded transportation and power supply.
So this helped the local Soviet citizens to have enough warmth during the winter season. This will help the Russian to have enough transportation to move goods from one place to another place, more convenience, more easily, and at the shortest possible route, ROUTE. Carry on.
Then the second 5-year plan was the expand manufacture of products.
So this is where the improvement comes in. First, you need to lay the infrastructure, the roads, the building, all the things, equipments must be ready to produce right now. The second 5-year plans right now is end products, meaning that I'm going to develop, I'm going to manufacture a lot of military boots, BOOTS, a lot of military uniform. So Ethan, what does it mean here? If I were to produce so many boots and uniform?
Then the people would have, first is, I think there will be more jobs.
Okay, fine. Okay, what is the signal if now Singapore changed this to produce a lot of uniform, army uniform? What is your first impression? You see, I'm smiling. Imagine Ethan is the Prime Minister. Dear fellow Singaporean, today we're going to produce a lot of uniform, army uniform. We want to what?
Aggressive.
Benny is laughing at me already. Okay, why? No, but producing army uniform aggressive, then I'm producing pamper lah, baby boomer. 不要笑啊 Everything 有它的道理的 That's why I say you must have enough animation to shoot me, man. Because I will review and refute back you. Come on. What does it mean here? It means that, Ishan?
It means that
the second phrase was an improvement of the first one. So what does it mean? Ryan, if you want, you can help him. Those who are supporting economic one, as well as Ray Chan, you can type it in. What do you think? Why, if let's say the government is going to produce more manufacturing good, nothing wrong, huh? If I want to produce more Louis Vuittons, Chanel, what do you call all the vendor group of Nike, Adidas, instead of producing all these, I'm producing army belt, army cap, army boots, army water bottle, or the army equipments. What does it telling you, the signal? What is the impact of Stalin doing all these things?
so that the nation would think that Soviet citizens will think that the leader is doing something great, and like the country is more protected, I think.
一晨，我问你啊， from the bottom of your heart, I think Benny, Howard, Ryan, and Rayton also all agree with me. We can't wait for the COVID-19 to be over, right? So hopefully end of this year, we can fly out to a different part of the world. Let's pray that hopefully by, I know it's ridiculous, but maybe miracles, like what Benny always says, the fortunate of luck. So by end of this year, we can start flying everywhere. Maybe not say whole world, okay? Maybe 50% of the world is considered very good, right? Ethan? So your mother and daddy, correct. Sorry. Your mommy and daddy start packing clothes. They want to give you a surprise, okay? Then they pack, then they put the clothes that is very thick. Then the boots and shoe and glove. Where do you think they are going to?
A very cold place.
Awesome. Very funny, huh? This one you know, how come the Russian one don't know, then? So what do you think they are doing?
Preparing to go to war.
Awesome. Bingo. Jackpot. Now you get it, Ethan? Now you understand what I mean? I'm not interested what the hell you're producing, government. When you start producing this, you are giving me a signal that our countries are going to wage a war. Either we're going to attack or we're going to defend, or an impending attack is coming. We need to produce a lot of army uniform. That means my son, my husband, my brother, or even my grandfather or my uncle are going to prepare to go for war. Get it, Ichan? So you know, if your parents are secretly preparing this kind of clothing, you know that we're going to Japan, we're going to China, we're going to you know where is Northern Light, You know where's Northern Light? Where is it? At Toa Payoh there, right? Sorry, I'm trying. I want to be funny. Where's the Northern Light, Ichan? You know where is Scandinavia, Finland? You know where's Northern Light, Benny? Benny, you know where's Northern Light,
Yeah, Aurora Borealis.
Oh, you know where? Is it at Ang Mo Kio or Toa Payoh?
No, you have to be like really north to see it.
It's called the Scandinavia, Norway, Finland, and Sweden, that side.
That Norway and Finland still cannot. You have to go to the very tip of the.
That would be Iceland, no?
You go there.
Iceland.
The part is you are for the best, and then at the tip of Norway and Finland, you can only see a little. You have to be really like at the top of, literally at the top of the earth to see a good.
I had to spend so much money flying all the way there to see this light. Is it worth it or not?
Maybe.
Maybe, yes, correct. Exactly. It's just like the Soviet citizen might think, why are these Stalin producing so many things? Maybe we are going for a war. Maybe because we are selling this uniform to another country. Get it now? So this economies, industrialization and collectivization is all about one of the end right now. It's all about getting more money. So once you have more money, 你听过这句话，有钱能使鬼推磨，对吗？是吗 ，Benny？So why? This is saying, is money the root of all evil? It's not money is the root of all evil. It's a human that makes the money evil. The money itself is a piece of paper. Man, come on. It's just like industrialization and collectivization. It's just the plan. Okay? So thank you. Ryan, anything to say before I move on my point? We are going to short of time. We got a lot of things to cover. Yes, my dear? No? Ryan, I'm waiting for your answer. No, okay, thank you. Let's move on. Why I choose political? Because listen, write down, because in case I forget. The reason the impact of policy is because the Great Terror has made everyone, because of this Great Terror, this period of time, that everyone must really write down, follow the very regimental, the strict rules, okay, dictated by Stalin. Okay, if anyone were to break this rule, good luck to you. You'll be living in fear, and not only that, the state will be keeping a hawk eye view at you and make sure that you're going to get big trouble. One of them is the killing, the mass killing of what? The rich farmers, remember? The kulaks, right? And some of the peoples who are anti-communism or anti-Stalins will be sent or killed or executed or whatever it is, punishment. So this Great Terror has a very strong impact on Stalin policy, because without this getting rid of these competitors, without getting rid of these people who are anti about him, he cannot right now. He cannot carry out his policy successfully and smoothly. Write down. Okay, write down, Benny. Ready? He cannot carry out this policy successfully and smoothly. So he had to become a cult leader. Can you put down? The cult leader is a fatherly figure. He needs to portray himself that he's a father who take care of a family, who protect the family, just like USSR is like is a family. He's like taking care of this house or this home. So as a cult leader, he wants to portray himself a fatherly figure that protect the family and prevent intruder. Write down, protect, prevent, and to perform as a dutifully father figure so that he's able to produce good result to the citizens, and everyone will believe in his industrializations as well as collectivizations. So all the P, he protect, he prevent, he perform, and then he produce good result, and finally he that's the other P is he perfect his skill. How? By killing those people and perfect his skill, like just now you mentioned, like Yichen, from first stage to second stage industrialization, so he perfect the plan and make it better. So that he actually want to create, start with P and with E, inside of C. 5 alphabet, anyone can type it. With all these P, the main purpose is to provide what? In the country. I think not many countries like Singapore we have here. This way is very useful here. Okay, recently Lee Hsien Loong sent something in the Instagram of TikTok, was saying that we Singapore are coming together as one, and I reply in his message by using my P factors to him. And true enough, we have this. Do you see that on my screen? Right, Ethan? Peace. Okay, so to me is that because of his political leaderships, right now, because of his political leaderships, he's able to portray a very strong fatherly image so that people will look up on him right now. This can be used in your SPQ so that people can look up on him as a role. What is the next word to use? As a role what? Anyone? As a role what? Start with M. Come on. You see, actually, I was very tired and not feeling well, but when I start to teach history, suddenly it's the best medicine for me. I wake up already. I feel good. I feel strong already. Roll what? Yichen or Rui Chen? Roll what? Huh? You're lagging, huh? Or you really cannot hear me? Can hear me, right, Yichen? Rui Chen can hear. How Ray can hear me, right?
I don't know.
I don't understand what you say.
Oh, Albert Ryan's. Yes, it's a role model. What I meant is that the political impact shows Stalin is a role model to show to the Russian that I'm able to take this leadership, I'm able to shoulder this responsibility, I'm able to lead USSR to the next lap. In fact, a much better lap, a better peaceful, prosperous, and progressive nations together. So you realize all the P can be used here, huh? Not Pui, huh? Not Pew, not P. Okay, so let's move on. Okay, take note of this word, otokaki. Otaki, not otokaki, sorry. It's a Russian word. So write down this word, very important. It's called self-sufficient and does not need to depend on others. And this is a communist ideas, which I don't really like, that does not need to depend on trade with other countries. Excuse me. In today's 21st century, globalization is very important to every countries. No isolations and no anti-globalizations. Each one need one another. Now, North Korea, as you can see that he realized he cannot keep to himself, he cannot depend on his own. He need foreigners to invest in their country. If not, he become the frog in the well. He will not see the outside world until when Kim Jong-un, was it Kim Jong-un? The North Korean leader came to Singapore. He saw Singapore, the Marina, MBS, the lightings, everything. He was being amazed at how peaceful and prosperous Singapore is today. So this is not just the 5-year plan, as what Lee Hsien Loong has done. This is the plan, the moment Lee Kuan Yew started independence for Singapore all the way. Okay, as the same in China, we have, not because we're all here Chinese, okay, I love China history a lot. Okay, is that it's true that the first person I respect most is Sun Zhongshan, the father of modern China. Okay, next is definitely not my Mao Zedong. I don't say I really like him, and I don't say I don't really dislike him, but the next person will be Deng Xiaoping. He's the one who opened up, and of course now is the Xi Jinping. Okay, these are the people here. Why I mention all these things is because of the leadership, guys. They have far-sighted view for that. Okay, so how does this 5-year plan set target? Okay, so Yi-Chen, to answer you, how will study achieve this Otakaki that set the 5-year plans and all this industry and agriculture? Like, ready? Here we are. Remember, guys, write down how you pronounce this word. GOSPAL, Gosplan or Gosplan plan or Gosplan. Okay, take note of this one. This is a plan, it's a blueprint, it's a master plan. Write down that Stalin set to achieve, like what you mentioned, Yi-Chen, the economic factor. Now, excuse me, if we do not have a leader like Stalin, do you think the economy of industrial and agriculture and collectivization, is it successful? Do you think without the political of the Great Terror and the fatherly figure, that social impacts is able to be surfaced out and make sure that everyone follow, even they don't like the plan that the Stalin has, they die have to suck thumb and follow him regardless if you like it or not. Okay, just a lot of people complain about Singapore GST from 3% to 5% to 7%, or next time go to 9%. A lot of people complain, wow, GST. Okay, so do you think is it really good? Just like this plan, like Singapore plan to have 9% GST, but in returns, the government also has subsidized the Singaporeans on certain things. It's a give and take. So I know some people benefited from Stalin Gostra plan. Some majority cannot. Why? Because all the farmers were forced to work here. Take note of this. This is your CK and the GK. You must take note. So loyalty party members were given a chance. So people who believe Stalin plan, hey, yeah, I agree with you, Stalin. Your plan is very good. Let's move on. I carry out for you. So just now my goddaughter was asking, what you mean by food was rationed by state? Okay, what I mean by extra ration and what I mean by cut rations. So can you imagine at that time in Russia, even though you have ample supply of food, but why are you still giving rations to certain people? Okay, the reason they do that is because maybe the other, let's say we got 100% of the crops or the rice or the oats or cotton, for example, they reserve 50% to the state, that means back to USSR. So that this 50% they can sell to other countries and exchange for goods and services back to Russia. One of them is the raw material to build the T-34 tank and the AK-47 rifle and other equipments for the Russia to improve in their technology. Remember, I put there, keep abreast of technology. So then you see that this rationing comes into awards right down to awards and punish people who did not follow their rules and regulations strictly. So this rapid, you see all these things here are all the tractors. Now, prior to that, before all these tractors were sent to USSR or even they manufactured their own, they were using their bare hands, their aging body, their fatigued bodies to plug in the paddy fields or the plants, all this. So they use these machines to replace humans. So with one machine, I can replace 10 farmers. So these 10 farmers will move to the urbans, to the city, and work in an industrial to improve the technology. And that's why I just asked you, right, Yi-Chen, why they make boots and uniforms and cap and belt for army. So far, quick one, all of you can hear me. If you cannot hear me, put the thumbs down so I can repeat again. Benny, Yi-Chen, Ray Chen, Hao Ray, and Ryan, at any point of time, if your PC or your thing is lagging, please quickly type it out. Don't wait until I talk about 5-10 minutes, then you ask me to repeat. I may not be able to, I may forget what I say. Okay, Thank you, Ray Chen. Thank you very much. So how would the fire plans be about? The keyword is rapid. That means they have to be very swift, very speedy, like speedo like that. Okay, factory in the city would produce equipments for the mechanizations of farming, such as tractors. Right now, this is very important. Tractors is the main machines to harvest the crops at the fastest, the most efficient and effective way to give excellent result. This would mean that fewer farm workers would be needed. So okay, I don't need you already. Now I need 2% just to farm the whole entire paddy field or the corn field. So the other 8% or the 9 farmer, okay, all come, go to the city to work as a production worker to produce goods. Okay, as a result, hundreds of new factories were built and the industrial workforce expanded. So Stalin is actually very far-sighted. Okay, so I still think that political is the most impactful to Stalin's career rather than economic and social. That's my view. Of course, what Benny just now argued about social one 没有错 your economy 也是没有错 okay. So look here, sorry, quotas were set for producing such machinery and other factories. So there's a quotas. Working hours and wages of worker were also fixed. So I don't care. So every workers must produce 100 caps, 100 uniform per day. If you cannot meet, then sorry, go back to here. That's a punishment. But you can meet more than 100, I will give you more bonus. Just like in the real world. Okay, like you have a salesperson. If you can, in a shopping center, if you can sell 100 Louis Vuitton bag, of course your boss will be promoted you to be a manager. But if you one day come even sell one bag, only 3 days then sell one bag, then your boss will say bye-bye, you can go already, I'm going to fire you. Or maybe worse, I will cut your pay or something like that, or demote you. Now, Yichan, this is the actual year. Okay? Take note now, guys. Only these two work. May I move on to the next slide just in case? This is the one they cannot allow the production of luxurious goods such as bicycle and radios. You see, I told you radios is one of the so-called luxurious item. But because it was interrupted somewhere here, so it's not true. They're only halfway through, they still continue to produce. But when they go after 1941, when US come into the war, good luck, it's really World War II in full actions. So these are the two first 5-year plans. So they improve the transport and power supply. So they need the first 5-year plan right down is the groundwork. They lay the groundwork. Then the second 5-year plan is where they're going to set to improve the standards. Then the third 5-year plan is even higher. But unfortunately, it did not meet the target because the war started. Okay, poor coordinating and planning. Some parts of the economy face underproduction because factory were helped out by shortage of material. So doesn't mean that all the plans, you see, Russia is so big, guys, take note now, that certain parts, maybe Moscow, Stalingrad and Leningrad, they will produce a lot, but maybe outskirts of the cities, the top northern side of Russia or southern side of Russia or the eastern side of Russia may not be so good. So as a result, not all the 5-year plans is workable. Some even overproduce, some even underproduce. So a lot of weightage. But actually not really true. The weightage later on can be used by others. But this is just to show you that this rationing is very not equal. So as a result, it causes a lot of unnecessary weightage of things. Okay, so far everyone can hear me. Also, there were also little growth in consumer industry like house building, fertilizers and wooden textile due to the emphasis on heavy industries such as coal and iron. So these two is important because Russia is a very cold country, and most of the time the first 6 months or the last 6 months of the year is usually very cold, and winter and autumn is like different for other countries. So they have to produce this. Why? Because coal and iron is where you help to let the country to continue productions for the sake of what? Definitely to me is actually Stalin is planning for war or preparing war with Germany. Okay, how it did not benefit the Russians. The Russians, I think spelling wrong. Russians. Okay, this did not benefit USS because the emphasis on heavy industry such as coal and iron also led to the lack of consumer goods, which affects Soviet quality. So you see, you have coal and oil. This is used in industrial to produce heat and warmth, but their own house. That means imagine if Singapore got winter. By right, Singapore got no winter, so every household got aircon. So what happened now? Suddenly Singapore is a winter. Instead of aircon, every household must have a heater, right? And then you must have thick clothing, right? You must have thick layer of shoe, and then your bed must have strong wool blanket and things like that. All this lack of this daily necessity stuff. As a result, the Soviet also suffer in terms of famines, in terms of die of freezing temperature, and maybe suffer in hunger because the food they have is not enough to last them for the winter periods. So that's why, even though a lot of Russian citizens are willing to take in the economic, industrial, and collectivization because they know the country will improve. But because Stalin plan, the Gorbachev plans did not really fully cover the whole entire spectrums of the USSR. The circumference that he covered the USSR is only certain parts that help him, or maybe he can directly see the plan workable, whereas other part is too far away. 所谓山高皇帝远, no, they may not know what is the situation happening in other parts of Russia. So as a result, there was this imbalanced things. So this is why it failed, okay? Now, evaluation of standing fire plans, problem with fire plans, quality of goods suffer, okay, which I mentioned already, right? So yes, this one is very important, guys. The unskilled workers were recruited in the industrial worker as they were trained on the job by workers who were only slightly more skilled. Okay, this is an example. I wouldn't want to mention anywhere. This morning, no. This afternoon, my son after school, come back home from school. So mommy was not at home. Mommy went out to eat with her colleagues and meeting. So daddy become a house husband, okay, taking care of my son. So I brought him to eat spaghetti. After the spaghetti, he has a cheesecake. So when the cheesecake was served to him, he was like hitting on the cheesecake. Hitting, literally hitting and cutting the cheesecake. So I was like looking, I say, boy, why are you hitting the cheesecake? The cheesecake is frozen. I said, excuse me? The cheesecake is frozen, daddy. I want to eat the cheesecake. It's like you're eating a frozen ice cream. So how can it be cheesecake frozen? So I called the manager. I say, excuse me, I think my son is having this frozen cheesecake. Oh, sorry, let me take a look. So when he went back to the kitchen and said, oh, so sorry, I exchanged for you one. So sorry about it. Today, this stuff just came in first day of work. Okay, so yeah, the staff, he very smart. He did not say he or she. He just said the staff did not know, so give him the frozen food. So straight away, uncles flip the whole table, throw the food everywhere in the restaurant, okay, and throw the chair at him, and throw the food everywhere. Do you believe me? Do you believe I did that? If you say yes, thumbs up. If you thumbs up, I tell you, I'm going to go to your house and then struggle you. I did not do that, okay? I just tell him, oh, thank you, Yi-Chen. Thumbs up, I really throw the food. You think I 叶问哈？跟他们比哈？哇，你们这些日本人，我打你！我不是陈真啊。Okay, I did not do that, okay, Yi-Chen. I just tell the manager, say, it's okay, I understand, no worry. Just help me to change a new one. And he keep apologizing to me, sorry, this is a new style. We come and say, I straight away told him right to his face nicely, everyone has the first time and first day in their life. Everyone will make mistake. True or not? Everyone will be first time, the first thing will do their thing. So don't worry, I say it's okay. And please don't reprimand your thank you, Yi-Chen. And don't score your staff. Okay, we learn from that. Okay. But I was thinking, I mean, how can a person eat cheesecake with frozen? I mean, that's a bit weird. Anyway, the lunch time was about 2 o'clock. It's not a peak lunch hour. So yeah, okay, just to share. This did not benefit USS because consumer goods were poor quality, which affect the Soviet. Okay, we mentioned that. decline of rates of growth during the second and the third five-year plans. Emphasis was placed on taking stock of production and putting in place a greater planning and coordinations. Okay, what it means here is that these plans, like I mentioned, taking stock of productions. What kind of productions? Obviously, it's very straightforward. I believe there's some spy in Russia that knowing that the Germans are preparing a war with Russia. They are building up. And of course, you can see after that in 1931 to 1938, Japan attacked China, Manchuria, and the wars escalated after the League of Nations failed, that the Germany start to take stock of taking other countries here and there. And this is where Russians also decided to go into the plan. Okay, witness the economic slowdown, industrial size, oil and steel stop growing. Why? Because at that point of time, remember the year 1937 is where every countries are busy preparing maybe for a war or preparing for their own backup to do some things that they worried Germany might take stock to attack them. This one, take notes that you might come out in your SPQ. From here, it can tell you that from 1932, don't tell me from 64 it increased to 128 and increased to 150. Don't do this type of things. The examiner will not like it. You have to say that 64 to 128, is it increased by 50%? So from 64 to 150, is it increased by 120%, that kind of stuff? So from 6 to 18 is obviously more than 100%, right? More than 50%. So you see that this still will be stagnant. After 3 years, the stagnant. Is it because 1940 war has started, so that's why a lot of factory was being demolished and destroyed? Okay, oil also the same thing. Is it because everyone is fighting for the production of oil, the consumption of oil? Electricity also went up. Why? Is it because there's an increase in populations? Okay, problems the 5 years plan. Take note. High human cost. People live in the crowded towns. People work in appalling conditions, very poor living conditions were cramped, so there were disease. Yes, you're right, Rachel. Yes. Okay, so no running water. Oh wow, my goodness, this cannot lah. This one is really, it's just like recently, do you know that this Indian lady is going to sentence to death? He tortured her mate, a Burmese maid, and he tied the Burmese maid hand to the window grill at night while she's sleeping, and from a 50 or 60 kilo, he dropped to 24 kilo and did not give her food and torture her till death. Good luck to her. And someone is an ex-cop's wife, of a police officer wife. How can you do these kinds of things, man? It's very inhumane, no? And no running water, and you are making your citizens sick, disease, and then poor health. And then with poor health, how can they continue to work? That means it's understood, right? Can you imagine, thanks to all these ancestors that they faced during their poor time, their poor living condition, today you and I can live in a very comfortable and nice environments. People are often uprooted from homes and sent to work in whatever workers were needed. So they are forced out of their home, whether unless, just like German Hitler, he killed all the LGBT, he killed all the Gypsy, he killed all the Jews. Okay, eradicate. I don't say kill, eradicate. You don't really want to get rid of everyone's to make sure everyone's can work for him. So I always believe the political is the main cause of the war. Political is also the main reason the rise of leaderships to take care of a country, and political is the main reason that unite people and disunite people. Look at Burma, Myanmar now. It's all about political, not so much on social or economical. In terms of economical, Myanmar is still doing very fine in terms there are still infrastructure going on in Burma, in Myanmar. But because of political uncertainty, all right? Okay, now see, this did not benefit as workers have poor living and working conditions as they work for long hours. Write down. So in case of SPQ, write down long hours, live in fear of not being able to meet their quotas. If they cannot meet their quotas, they will cut down their ratio, they will cut down their benefits. They even might send for concentration camp or up to Siberia, things like that, to show that, okay, can you imagine an old man, a 70, 80 years old, are forced to work in these kind of conditions? Obviously, the first few months he can take it, but one whole year like that, without proper sanitations and poor condition, no water supply, good clean water, it's a matter of time his body will break down and he will get sick and eventually collapse. That's where the factory may not need him anymore and send him out. Very sad, huh? But not in Singapore. The older you get, we will take care of your health, your well-being. Even we send you for rehabilitation, for exercise, just like my mommy like that. Okay, because and furthermore, right, in Singapore we have Pioneer Generation card, Merdeka cards, and we give them benefits that when they go and see doctor, they got 50% off social studies skill. That we take care of this generation, because these generations are the ones who sacrifice their livelihood for the country. Okay, during the years when we built up Singapore. So this one, you just a quick one, positive effect of 5 years plan. Okay, this is the one that they are more interested. Coal, iron, steel, and oil increase, but not their day-to-day necessity goods for the consumer, like the normal Russian citizens. Soviet citizen. Excuse me. So the one in red colors is very important because it really helped USSR. You see, the whole thing mentioned is about USSR. It became modernized through rapid industrializations. So until today, you realize in any countries like Singapore, why they are interested in industrialization, modernizations, computerizations, or digitalizations. All this is to move the country the next step forward, the leap forwards. Okay, remember the paradigm shift, the quantum leap, to improve the country's not just economy, the standard of living and the well-being of the citizen. It's true enough, not all the fire plants by the Russians are poor. They will have some benefits one way or another to certain Russians people. Okay. So actually, is the demand for workers also reduce the unemployment rate here. No, this one never mind. We are not interested in all this thing here. Okay, we'll stop here at the industrialization. The next lesson we'll talk about collectivizations. Okay, so the next thing is that, okay, let's stop here. Okay, homework. Anyone do these questions? I know the last 2 weeks you all have WA, can't meet the targets, but my advice is to hopefully do this. Okay, just a quick ones. If you have not do, I will just give you some sneak preview of the answer here. So let's talk about the first one here. Give me a minute, guys. Oh my goodness, why cannot see? Oh my goodness, so big. Okay. That will be better, right? Okay. Now, guys, this is the model answer, not by me, by Mrs. Wong. Okay, here. Okay, so describe Stalin rule. Oh, this is B. I'm sorry. I don't want to show you B. Actually, I want to show you the other one. Is this screen here? Let me see. Oh yeah, this one. Oh yeah. Okay, sorry guys. Give me a minute. I open up the file again for you. Okay, this is the one here. Okay, maybe you can take a look here. This is this is B questions. Where's my A questions? Ah, okay, here. Yes, Rayton. Yes, definitely USA involvements. Okay, yeah. Rachel was asking, sir, just a quick question for my, okay, do you agree that USA involvement play a major role in the defeat of Germany? Yes. Okay, it is important because the USA came in to provide the resources, the manpower, the expertise, and because of USA come in, they prevent the Germany from attacking Britain, and because of USA coming, okay, Germany has to fight with two frontier. Because of USA coming in, they stopped most of the resources from supplying to Germany. And because of USA involvement in terms of technologies, and not only that, USA also involved in the attack and supplies equipments to Britain to fight in the war in the battle in war, okay, call it, in the battle in Africa against Germany. So US involvements in fact play a very major role, okay, to defense, to detect, and to destroy the enemy. Okay, so yes, thank you for the questions. So let's move on to this part here. Yeah, any point of time you ask me any questions, yes. Okay, this is explain why Stalin was able to rise to power through sheer luck. Okay, that's the 1A here. Take out some of your time. So next week, I hope y'all can submit your answer to me, as after that, y'all should not have any WA coming up. So Stalin was able to rise to power through sheer luck because of Trotsky weaknesses. Remember just now the 3 point here, right? Stalin was lucky, right? So Benny, you see, you're right, lucky, fortunate, 幸运者，他好像是福星高照嘞。到每天都是在过年 every time very lucky for him. So instead of building his support and base, he was unwilling to get involved in party. Okay, Trotsky, and please don't say Trotsky is not handsome. This one will not work here. Okay, naive and fear, that's the word. So the actual answer here is this is the one. Okay, 8 marks. I just leave it here for you to read first. Okay, so Benny, Yi Chen, Ray Chen, Hao Ray, and Ryan, just a quick one you can read here. So you can use Trotsky weaknesses as a luck, or you can use the testament. The testament will not be that. I will use Trotsky here. No, they also mentioned testament now. This one here. But for this one, I would prefer Trotsky. Testament might be manipulative, in my opinion. Trotsky is not. It's just that happened that he's so sway, so unlucky that Trotsky made himself a fool out of to everyone's based on his arrogance, his naiveness, and his a very egoistic attitude towards looking himself as the possible leader of USSR. Okay, I'm not sure whether you agree with me. So Ray Chen, I hope you answer your questions. I don't know how you answer that question during a WA, but I believe you also agree to it, right? Is this a 12 marks answer? No, this one I don't. Oh, this is a 12 mark answer. But if it's a 12 marks, then you have to use one of the USA and one of the other factor, right? And then you have to weigh, right? I mean, based on your question like that, okay? So you have to use another factor to counter attack USA involvement. So whether this factor or this one. Another weakness of the defeat of Germany is not USA because of he distrusts his general, and one of them is the weather also, and his machinery. Okay, and he's depleting his manpower, fighting the two frontier. All right. So let's see whether got next page or not. Okay, this is the one here. So next one, next question, let's look at this one. Okay, you realize, guys, pay attention, look here. The screen froze. No? You're right, man. You are absolutely right. Okay, let's stop. You're right. Thanks, whoever tell me that. Who is that to tell me? Okay. So this is if I 8 marks. This one, yes. Okay, this one, then move on. This one you see, take note, I'm showing you the full 12 marks, and which I usually don't give to my student. I'm so sorry. Okay. Now you see the last part. Standing rule was not a disaster to people who were in standing favor, such as, sorry, I'm blocking myself, such as this Staconobites who enjoy privileges. You see. So I told you not everyone's have these advantages. His rule was not entirely a disaster if one considered the transformation of the country into a top industrialized country. So it became one of the best in Europe. Okay, this remarkable achievement provided the industrial capacity for the development of a strong defense. You see, I told you already, right? Also industry which enabled the country to defeat the Germans in World War II. So Ray Chen, to answer to your questions, is it US involvement is one of them, major, but also the Russian also contributes to the environments as well, or because of its heavy machinery like the T-34 tank that the Germans has difficulty in penetrating to later on to the Stalin. I think Leningrad was taken. Next was Stalingrad. Or was it Stalingrad? Sorry, I have to go and check again. So sorry. One of the city was taken down, but because of its heavy, because you see, Russian was a population enough to cover and protect the city of, let's say we are using Stalingrad, okay? I think Leningrad was taken, Stalingrad was the next stop. So there was a heavy attack in Stalingrad, but they did not, the German did not, was not able to take down Stalingrad is due to the factors that of the weapons, the machinery, of course, and the people and the terrains as well as the weather, all right? However, all these were achieved at a great human cost because the people had to endure harsh working discipline, poor standard of living, remember the water and sanitations, and they lived in fear and lost their freedoms. Now, if you want to say here, pause for a while, guys, listen. Imagine if you lost the freedoms. Look at your grandparents. I think most of you are from China, correct me if I'm wrong. And for me, I'm a really local breed here. I do my NS here and everything, except my grandfather who come from Putian. That was my 外公 Putian. My 爷爷 is from 汕头, so it's 潮州人跟莆田人, 兴化人. So you can see my grandfather came all the way from, because they escaped from the warlords at that time. He was born in 1913. So at that time, it's also a revolution, the cultural revolutions here and there. So when he came to Singapore, then World War II, the Japanese occupations. Then after that, Lee Kuan Yew started to build Singapore. So they went through a lot of, they lost their freedoms. They sacrificed a lot for the country. In fact, they also have a great, tremendous effect of the health. I'm very frank with you that yesterday, I did not call one of my friends because the doctor had to tell the mommy that the mommy has to take out the life support because on the 4th day of Chinese New Year, the mom was eating that choke. And that was the 4th day of Chinese New Year. 1 year or 2 years ago, the father passed away. So, and the mother was on the life support until on Monday, this Monday. So I met her and she told me that the mommy also amputated her legs and then she was having diabetes, and she shared with me how much the parents, when they were at younger stage, they were suffering to take care of the 5 kids or 6 kids. So they have loss of freedom, and at their old age, they have to suffer. So guys, so the more you write, the better you are, the better future you are. And with good monies and good careers, your parents can retire younger. Your parents can enjoy the fruit of success from you and from themselves. And whereas your grandparents, my grandparents, they did not have this luxury and chance. They sacrifice so much for us. Just like Russian today, why they are so good. Just like Japan, the people they suffer, and now why this. Just like Singapore, and you can see it. Just like US. Of course, we don't talk about this generation of US. I'm sorry, yeah. Okay, that talk about those people who went to World War II. Hence, Stalin rule was not a disaster to the country if you look at the long-term success, but it wasn't the life of many people. Yes, at that time, you cannot say Stalin was wrong. You cannot say Hitler was wrong. That's my opinion. But you look at it overall, if you rate from 1 to 10, he might just get a just pass. But for Mr. Lee Kuan Yew or from some other leaders, you might say 10 upon 10. Or even your grandfather, as per se, will say what 10 upon 10. If not today, you won't be enjoying the air cons, the environment that you're staying. I think all of you agree. So it's my respect to your ancestor, your grandparents. So you see, learning history is not about just Stalin. We are talking about 饮水思源. We're talking about how can we relate it and help to build a stronger country with multiracial, with diversity, with something that we enjoy. There's a peace and prosperity in the country. So with this sacrifice that Stalin made for the countries, people might hate him. But until today, there are still people who like this past leader because they transform. The keyword is transformation of the country. All right. So, yep. So this is just an example here for the conclusion. So I expect your conclusion. I will never criticize my Lee Kuan Yew. I'm not Amos Yee. That I can't use the word. I will very openly tell you, he's really an idiot who really criticized Lee Kuan Yew. And when he said, "Oh, finally the alcohol is pass away," I tell you, I know I pity the guy who slapped his face and he got jailed. I know it's wrong to do that. But if I'm born during Hitler time or Stalin time, I will use a gunshot to his head. Oh, Benny. So to answer your questions, okay, I have full respect to Mr. Lee Kuan Yew and I will never criticize him. Yes, in the past social study, he has made one or two so-called not blunders, that some policy that he makes that make the Singaporean not happy. Okay, but it's 纯粹, it's all out of for the benefit of the country. Okay, that's why the old social study was saying that, why Lee Kuan Yew was saying this and saying that, why only the educated people will have to give birth. Well, what you mean the non-educated people cannot give birth? It's not like that. People have the misperception. So yes, no, I'm definitely not worried, Benny. I'm 101% PAP supporter. Last year elections, I walked with my MP. My previous MP was Dr. Lee Bihua. So you know roughly know where am I staying now. Okay, and I'm supporting my present MP. Okay, it's either PAP or nothing to me. I don't like the hammer. I'm very open to you. Okay, I'm very open to you. I don't like the hammer. Okay, I'm not against any opposition party here. Okay, so yes, I really like your guts, Benny, to ask me these kind of questions. Now, in history or in social study, you must be very open. Since you ask me a questions, I'm very frank with you. Doesn't mean it's Benny. If I don't like you, for example, Benny, if I don't like you, I cannot curse and swear your parents, your grandparents, or curse you. This is wrong. This is very unethical. They're not gentlemen, 对吗? Right? If I don't like you, just I say, Benny, I just don't like your face. I just don't like you. Correct or not? So if I like you, Benny, you're a good person. 做人要懂得怎么样分轻重. Because if you curse and swear people means you have nothing. Like remember Yichen, I told you just now, when you see the 5 years plan, you must have enough bullet to shoot me. So I got nothing to say. So I cannot refute and rebuke you. So when our dear Benny was asking me whether will I criticize LKY, definitely no. Without him today, Benny, I won't be sitting right in front of you to give my online talk to you. Look at other countries. Look at other countries in Myanmar and other countries. Okay, so yes, I would say this is it. I definitely respect my fellow countrymen here who have really sacrificed a lot for this country here. Okay. So yes, I know this is recording, but really thank you so much. I know it was no, it's not a joke. It's not a joke. It's a very good question. Serious, Benny. Because because you know why? Because some of you will be going to, okay, I will just stop recording here first.